Hi guys, good afternoon and welcome to Moneycontrol. I'm Karunya Rao and with me is Manisha Gupta, who is just frantically checking gold rates right now as we speak because they are on a tear. $1,800 an ounce now, and a few months ago it was 1,600 odd levels. What a rally has it been, and what's really triggering that?
Oh yes, in less than 2 months, $200 of a jump up is what we have seen. But this is exactly the last 2 months that you have seen the dollar index decline by 8%. So you can totally tie it up with that. And then last night, of course, the US inflation data that came in was at the lowest pace in last 12 months. The kind of highs that we saw in December 2021. After that, this is the least that we've seen in sense of inflation, and that clearly has been supportive, with markets now thinking that 50 basis point of a rate hike is what you'll see in December, and Feb might see as low as 25 basis point rate hike. So that all is baked in the markets right now, and that's the run.
But low inflation, how is that related to gold prices? Usually, does this happen when inflation cools off, gold rises?
The market is looking at in a twisted way, in a positive way.
Well, positive for those who bought gold.
Absolutely. So lower inflation would mean that you don't have to hike interest rates too much, and that's exactly what the markets are looking at as now. So and the reports also suggest that we are trading below 105 right now. If the situation continues to be what it is
Stable,
right now, stable, then 102 is where the dollar index could go in the near term. So if that happens, I think we still have more upside.
Okay, and how much of an upside is the street looking at now?
So the most bearish of forecast for 2023 comes in from Metal Focus, but Metal Focus also gives this research to World Gold Council and various other global agencies. So they might toe that line, and they are talking about $1,650 per ounce, the kind of low that we've seen in this year.
This is the worst case scenario.
Worst case scenario.
Okay.
Fitch Solutions is talking about 1850, which is what most markets are talking about. But then take a look at what Rabobank is talking about, $2,000 and a possibility of $3,000 per ounce as well, which is going to be an all-time high. But that's exactly what Standard Chartered is talking about, $2,200 for the next year. So there are more banks now coming and talking about 1950 to 2000 plus kind of levels in gold. So that tells you that in Indian terms, that would mean something like 58,000 to 60,000 to beyond.
So, while there has been an uptick in dollar terms, what has been the surge in rupee terms?
So while we have seen some appreciation come in for the currency, but then remember, even with this kind of move that we've seen in Indian rupee, we've done much better than other currencies. So I think that is the line that Indian government and regulators are tagging right now.
Yeah, they have been using it for quite some time now. So you, going by this, I mean not you, but going by what the analysts across the board are saying, gold still is attractive even if it is beyond 1,800 an ounce.
I think what we would actually see in the first quarter of the next year is some consolidation coming in, because we still are looking at rate hikes. There is uncertainty. The COVID variants still continue to come in. The geopolitics and the recession concerns, of course, with support
Still
gold
there,
prices. But with the kind of run-up that we've seen, and another important point is that in the third quarter, the kind of decline that gold saw, there was a lot of shorts that were being created. So the run-up has come in as those shorts are being covered. If you look at the new long positions, that is just about 10 to 12%. So that's not so much. The new buyers are not so much in the market.
And even the first quarter of the year will typically, retail demand will also plateau.
Oh yes, and you will see fresh reallocations in various asset classes. So you will want to see on how much gold is getting within that and how new buying comes into the market. As of now, as I said, this is all short covering coming in.
Okay.
So new buyers is what we'll have to watch.
So maybe you have to wait for a couple of more weeks to see how this plays out. Maybe 2023 start of the year could get in some more opportunities for those who have missed this rally. Despite Manisha repeatedly, like a broken record, reiterating that gold is extremely strong, extremely attractive, and even analysts across the board have been flagging that off. But okay, sure, if you have missed it, maybe keep tracking it for the next few weeks to see how this plays out, and if there is indeed a consolidation like she is forecasting, and like few others are also forecasting, you could perhaps enter into it at that juncture. For now, 1,800 is where it's perched at. That's all we have today. Thank you for watching.